What's up, guys? I figured this is something I could do real quick, so I'm gonna do it. Recently I've been talking about, budget builds, F23s. I'm gonna be building an F23 with the K20 pistons or whatnot. They share a similar bore. The pistons fit onto the F23 rods and whatnot. In the process of doing that and ordering bearings, I did notice that the bearings are the same for the K20 rod or the K20A3 rod as they are for the F23. But it's one of those things where I just kind of like, oh, that's interesting, and then put the information away. And then recently I had questions pop up on a video, and somebody mentioning on Instagram that that because they will match the crank or whatnot. And then I was like, okay, well, there's people thinking about this. I'll look into it, but I gotta check the stroke first. And the stroke is different. And of course it makes sense. Excuse me. The F23 rod is 2 millimeters longer than the K20 rod. It's like 139 versus 141 or something like that. And it may not seem like a lot. Oh, I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know. I might be coming down with some shit. My son's been sick. Maybe I'm sick. I don't know. Sorry about that. Anyway, try to get through this real quick. 2 millimeters may not seem like a lot, but when you're talking about resizing rods, if you don't know, what they do is, if you're out of round or whatever, or your big end is too big, what they do is they take the cap and they cut off a little bit of the cap, and they put them back together, and then they resize them to make sure the clearances are good again. Now, generally speaking, this is like thousandths of an inch that they're making the cuts for, so it's not really a lot of material. And I guess you could take off materials from both the bottom, the cap itself, and the rod. But just to kind of give a quick eyeball of 2 millimeters, that's 2 millimeters, right? So 2 millimeters off the bottom, 2 millimeters off the top, or an even split of 1 and 1. So if you do an even split of 1 millimeter off each side, it's still quite a bit of material. And then of course you still gotta hone out to make the clearances proper again once you've done that. And you can see just on the cap itself that there's not really a lot of meat. And of course, I'm not doing very precise measurements here, and you can see that there's still meat on the inside of the rod versus here. But I'm not 100% confident that it's something that you can do and still keep rod strength. Now, of course, this is just a booty ass old K20A3 rod that I'm showing on, but it's just to kind of give some kind of visual reference of just how much material is actually going to be coming off to make this work. Later this afternoon, I'm going to give a call to the machine shop and see what their opinion is on this. But I don't know, like, even if they're willing to do it, and even if I'm not saying it can't be done, but even if they're willing to do it, I'm not sure just exactly how much that's going to affect overall rod strength. And plus, generally speaking too, when machine shops have to cut like more than your average amount of material off to do something, they generally tend to charge more. So I'm not even sure how cost effective it would be. So even if you're buying like $280 rods, and then let's just say they charge you $80 to $100 to do the resize, like at that point, is it even really worth it? I'm not 100% sure, especially now when you know that the company that I shall not name has rods for the K20A3 now. The only issue is, like, what's really there is availability. Yeah, so this is a quick video I wanted to put out right now, and then I will make a follow-up later on this afternoon when I find out for sure what's going on. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and peace.